That's so good. Or I guess it says it is live streamed. I don't know. Is it going?
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackert,
And I'm Leonka Reina.
and this is the How Hustle Mystic Morning Show. Today, we're talking with Amy Silkarsie, and we're talking about really living with spirit today and letting spirit have your back, almost as if the universe has your back in each moment.
Absolutely. Amy's really fun to work with, and she is one of our favorites. So we're so excited for Amy today.
And I think it's important for us to mention, I always put in that and there. We bring on these guests on a regular because we know we can go almost anywhere with them.
That's
And she
right.
is definitely one of those.
Yes, yes, for sure. And one of the things too, Judith, from our last call, I was really sitting with it, and we had on our last call, we had a psychic medium talk about and really channel our Janet's dad, and then my grandfather. And isn't it really cool that the one things that they brought up was really hearing them
Yes.
out, right? And sending messages, even like Janet's dad would send messages to me for
Mhm.
the show. And they were saying that we're only just getting started. Isn't that
I
exciting?
love it so much.
Yeah, I know, I know. And there were so many other insights that came through. So we'll have to do that on like an after show or on Instagram Live. And
Yeah.
that's a little insight for you. Be sure to check out the show. It was so interesting. And she will be back. That's Susan Penna will be back on the summit. And mark your calendars for that because that is the June 5th through the 9th. Very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so, okay.
Okay.
This is an interesting time, and we won't be on the air again
Yes.
till the 31st.
First.
So just wanted to let y'all know. And so we have some Mystic Space weather news.
But not yet.
Okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
I thought you were going to say the announcement, but we want you to check the newsletters. And if you're not on the newsletter list, go to houthustle.com and get on the newsletter list because we've got some cool little things that we're going to
Oh,
sprinkle out
okay,
during
okay.
the week of
That's
Christmas.
right. That's right. Nope, I wasn't ready for that at all.
And if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Okay, now we can
Now we can do some
mix.
mixed space weather news. In today's Mystic Space Weather News, we have the Three Eye Atlas that's coming the closest to Earth on December 19th. So that's tomorrow, y'all. This is the
Yes.
date that everybody has really been waiting for. And it's passing about 200 million kilometers away, which is not that close. But nevertheless, experienced amateur astronomers will be able to take beautiful pictures, including NASA. So we'll see what NASA puts out, and also be sure to follow I guess, the controversy behind it and seeing what Three Eye Atlas actually really is.
They're really dangerous, or it's a frequency comment.
Either way, it does affect our everything that we are doing is in relation to each other. And so we have the Three Eye Atlas. Well, let me just tell you, all my words are all jumbled today.
Okay.
Tell you about what else we have going on. See? Wow.
How
Okay.
about that?
I think I need some
Some
water.
language going.
We're in the thick of the coronal hole at a high stream speed of a solar wind at 700 kilometers at the moment. Another long-lived coronal hole is following right behind. And this is all in the same time as a 1 in 100 year planetary alignment is forming as we speak. So this will all come into conjunction for this time of year. It's really interesting because this also happens while there's a co-conjunction with the Mars and Venus, that they're going to swap places, and they do it twice, and it's very, very rare. It happens right behind the sun. And so again, we're having all of this relation and bouncing energies off of everything that is in our cosmos, and we're having some really rare alignments. So really use this time to set full intentions. And what I mean by full intentions is, put the, dates behind when you want to have your targets. Set those in writing, because the things that we write down are the things that we actually accomplish. So do that and utilize and maybe even meditate with the energies of these planetary alignments and even the three-eye atlas, so that you can really bring in this cosmic support team that you have. And that's what I got from Mystic Space Weather News. Finally came together.
I think we just got a little turned around with things earlier.
Yep, that's right. When our tech girl is gone, it's like, what do we do?
No, right?
Oh,
All right. So now for a little celebrity brew with woo.
I love it. I love it. It's the woo 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 and
with
celebrity news.
It's just the woo and celebrity news.
That's right.
Today, I wanted to talk about a reality show that I've been watching on Netflix. It's Simon Cowell's The Next Act. Now, I was never a fan of Simon Cowell. Let's just put it out there. And the only reason I put it on was because I was on the Peloton and it looked like I would actually pay attention to it. It wasn't like a Hallmark Christmas movie, right? So I was like, all right, let's see how Simon creates his next act, which is he's putting together a new boy band.
Okay.
And if you don't know, that he was the kind of the creative director of the original boy band, One Direction.
Okay, yeah.
So it goes along the experience of him putting this boy band together. And from a frequency standpoint, I'm like, how has he created what he's created in this world? Like, they put up these big billboards and signs, and he's like, they get the numbers and his whole team is around him. And he's like, this is a disaster. And the first episode, it's like all him like shuffling around, being angry on how it's just such a disaster. And they're like, well, we just got to do more. And he's like, did like hundreds of podcasts and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
To get the word out.
To really get thousands of people lined up, almost like American Idol in Europe.
Okay.
So he got this band together, and then it was great. I mean, and then his frequencies totally changed as he got to know these boys. Like, you're watching him get, this is not talent.
Yeah.
This is talent.
Yeah.
And he really went from this guy that was just so grumpy about everything to, I love every one of these boys. And I won't give away the ending, but he did kind of have a real true emotional shift at the end of it. And now I was just looking online about it. There's controversy. They released the name of the band. It's December 10.
Okay.
And there's another Scottish band called December 10th. So I don't know what's the numerology about 1210, but for some reason, bands seem to like that. So that's what I've got for the woo in celebrity news.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring Amy up. And
let's do it.
I'm excited about this conversation.
Yeah.
I really.
A few words about Amy as we pull her up. Amy is an intuitive physical channel and energy therapist. She works closely with higher dimensional beings, including the client's higher self, angelic realms, and spirit guides. She also works with the Council of Light and Archangels. And in her spirit school courses, Amy shares on the energetic body, light working, and intuitive communication. She is also a published author and the host of Spirit and Soul Healing Podcast and an online TV show. Very, very exciting. I know that you've been working hard on that new show. Very excited for you. And it's, turning out very beautifully. How are you?
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm great. Thank you for having me here. Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me? No.
Or maybe it's us. I wonder if our peeps can hear her.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know why we are.
Yes, Katie can hear me.
Let's see. Hold on.
What shall we chat about before the ladies can hear me?
Okay. Can hear you. I don't know.
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
We tried to put in different headsets because of the hats and stuff. Yeah. Let's just.
Well,
keep
you
going.
got it. Okay.
We got it going on.
It's 11:11 though here Central Time, so I think we got it going now.
How about the
It is.
mics? Are they still doing good for us, people on the chat?
What are they saying? Are we good? I think we
Yes.
are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We're here. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so happy to be here. And yeah, 11:11, perfect timing. And also 12:10, that's so funny because that's our daughter's birthday. And I was like, that's a big And when you said that, I was like, huh, I wonder what else is about that date.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just, we're talking about when you mentioned our theme for today, it's kind of just spirit led, and I think about all the little things that come through. And, when somebody says the birth date, it's like, oh, you think about that person. And I was just talking to a friend yesterday. Whenever I see my birthday digits, those are my days. Everybody says like angel numbers, that's my angel number.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, like whenever I see someone's birthday or my own, it's always like a wink from spirit. And
Oh, right.
yeah, I just find it so comforting because it's very much specifically, for you or the person in your life. And then we have all the other numerology. So I always find it fascinating how numerology can support us. And so I just want to say hi, everybody. I work a lot with the Archangels, and Metatron just came in. So
Okay.
Metatron works
Yes.
with like all of the numerology
Yeah.
and sacred geometry, and I see him a lot in my sessions, mostly with sacred geometry. He'll come in and move timelines, so he works with timelines. And I'm just here showing up like, what does spirit have to say? So I'm learning as you all are hearing what they wanted to talk about, and they're talking about the three eye atlas. And you just mentioned all this information I know nothing about. I don't study things. There's too much information in the world. So
There's so
I,
much. Yes.
yeah, I kind of just get it as it comes through. He is talking about intersecting timelines, and he's just showing me all those points where the energies cross one another. And to piggyback off what you were sharing, he's just saying, hold your peace, like stay grounded in your heart, stay connected to your soul and your body, because otherwise we're going to get pulled almost like a vacuum into these other frequencies, which then create our reality. So into these other realities. And a reality doesn't mean like, it's a whole woo woo thing where all of a sudden you're on another parallel planet. We are all here physically, but our life experiences can alter and shift significantly. And so he's saying that when we wake up every day and just come into the body and with peace in our heart, then we can be sure that we're going to have that clarity of discernment. And so his practical example is you're working on something and a text comes through or the phone or an email, and just check in with yourself before you respond. Like, is now the time that's right for you? Because just because something happens like to you, you have the choice to say, yes, I'm in agreement to engage with this energy
Mm.
now, or potentially like maybe in 10 minutes, maybe later tonight. And so that's one little minor way that you can stay in your own frequency. And the frequency that we stay in is our timeline. It's the trajectory in which we're going to be
Yes.
going.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think like the biggest thing, when our kids were young and when you're a mom and you're getting pulled into all of, oh, we have to run them here, we have to run them there, they have these homework assignments, my husband's traveling, oh, I got to go get groceries, like all of that. It's a little bit more important to really discern what's important and how can you keep your peace in those moments so you don't feel
Yes.
scattered. And so he's just talking about all of the clarity with that, because when we have communal living or family, you're
Uh-huh.
also merging with other people's
Yes.
frequency in their timeline too. So
Wow.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, I maybe even take us deeper into that, because I feel that scattered is really up in the world,
Yes.
especially around the holidays, and I
Yeah.
mean people traveling and
I was also going to say too, I felt like that Metatron's message was so for me right now because I found myself, I mean, it's common knowledge that we watch a lot of news in my house.
Mhm.
And so now that we get news on our phones, and then, I'm looking through different podcasts, now I'm like, find myself will start my day with like watching a news podcast that is like very,
Mhm.
very like into the weeds, right?
Mhm.
And then it's got me hooked. And then I'm like, well, did I really utilize my time well? Is that the energy that I wanted to start my day with? Like, I really have been playing with this. And it's funny that it was exactly what and I'm sure maybe others can relate with different scenarios, but that's one of mine. And it may seem very minuscule in like, oh, I'm just gonna not doom scroll, but then I catch myself doom scrolling anyway. And that compounded over time, I think really does set a new trajectory. It really can set, me into a different timeline. And I thought, wow, that's a big message from Metatron.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I just have to share. I love that you bring this up and the timing is perfect because for some reason, I don't know if it's just me or if it's a glitch on Instagram, but I started getting everybody's notifications today, like 50 when I woke up on the phone of people posting to stories. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
happening? So I'm on there and I'm just, trying to turn that off. And then the news comes on, and I was like, why do I have this on anyways? And it's just because it was for weather, but it gives me all the, energy and that information. There's an energy behind it. Something
Yes.
happened, but you're getting it on from the way that somebody wants you to feel or perceive it to be. So I just feel like that's so interesting that you say that because one thing they are talking about is yes, protecting your sacred morning space and then saying, oh, let me go check maybe a summary of the day. Like it used to be, he's showing me when our grandparents would open the newspaper at least and get, your eyes can bounce around and what headline calls to you. But
Yes.
that's when you sit down
Yes.
to open the paper. And so much now our phones are attached to our bodies, most of us, for work and family, like we need it for certain things, but then all the other information and energies of the collective can sneak in.
Yes.
So yeah, he is talking about just aligning and being discerning. And then the next thing he's saying is if you wake up in the morning and you know your frequency, then you can start to sense the timing of these interactions and what will be the best for you. Because if you're not in your best frequency, you're really not going to be able to assist and benefit others at the highest capacity that you can. And so he's saying, we're not saying to disengage completely or separate ourselves from others, but just knowing like, oh, let's take a little pause. He's saying, let's just take a little pause, 5 minutes for yourself is going to be perfect. And all that extra time pulling on your energy can lead you into those whole different timelines is what what you're mentioning. So yeah, he's definitely he's definitely wanted to talk about that. And I have to apologize if you can hear my little dog. I don't know if you can hear her. Okay, my husband just left. She's trying to get in. I'm like, you're fine. But
we can hear it.
Okay, all righty. So the other thing that they want to talk about is the 3-eye atlas.
Okay.
And then I'm like, of course, the timing
I love it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know anything about it until in October I went to the Gaia TV's channeling conference and they spoke about it there and I was like, oh, it's interesting. And then last month the council came in, I channeled them monthly and somebody asked a question. And so that's all I really know about it. So I'm like grateful that you spoke about it just now because the human of me is like, oh, that's fascinating. So as I'm sitting here, I can feel like energy shifting. So Metatron's kind of moving, the council of lights coming in, and then I see just a beautiful collective of all of our spirit guides and ancestors. And they're saying now is a moment of pause, and they're giving like two thumbs up, like this is an important experience for us. They're just saying this is an opportunity for all of us as a whole. Those who are aware of this are going to be kind of taking the first step to lead the way of how do we hold peace on the earth? How do we hold that space? And is this something that should be scary? And they're like, do you feel scared in your heart? Like, do you feel this ominous frequency of doom and gloom already? Or would somebody maybe be led to that because it's somebody else's timeline and reality or what they want to? Yeah, from the group, from the collective as a whole. So like some don't even know about this, but they might feel the different energies. And those that do know about it, it's an opportunity to go within and to sink deeper into your life mission is what they're saying. And you talked about the chaos, and that's definitely happening. And that's just all the energy flying around. So it's even more important to get your equilibrium, is what I'm seeing. And they're showing me the Merkaba, which is our light body. That's how we balance. And when we astral travel or we lift out of this dimension, you use your Merkaba. So they're showing it kind of lifting. And it's like a drone, or I forget, there was these toys when I was a kid, like you'd pull it and it would spin.
Yes.
So yeah. So the stronger and brighter you are, the higher you can lift and the more steady you'll be without this wobble. So they're saying if you focus on things that are in your control, hope and peace, your plans and goals, that's going to amplify your energy and keep you as a collective, everybody will rise together.
Yes.
But if somebody says something like a jab or a feeling of fear or doubt comes your way, potentially, and usually it's from the news, it kind of like hits us and we're like, then we start wobbling and we're like, oh my gosh, am I going to, continue in my frequency or do I have to stop, reset, and realign? So they're saying there's like, pick 3 or 5 daily habits that are your most favorite things in the day and throughout the day that you can, connect into to help you stay in your frequency. It can be a mantra or a song. It can be like tea. They're showing me gum or a mint, like just like little things like, oh, got to have my after lunch mint. I mean, this isn't for me. So maybe it's somebody here that does that daily, just the little things. And then you realize, okay, I do have control, creative control of my path. I do have creative control of the energy that I hold and what I'm putting out there. So 3 to 5 things every day. And they're saying sometimes we can get caught up in the weeds like, is this spiritual enough? Am I doing enough? And this is where Gabriel's coming in. Archangel Gabriel and Michael are both here. Metatron's still here too. And they're just like, well, you're here for a reason. It's not just to bypass the human experiences and the joy and all the excitement. So there's so many light workers here. And when we have our grand, like big awakening, our spiritual awakening, I'm sure we all have been there. I've been there. I hear it all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm here to change the world, something amazing and big. What's my message? What's my path? What's my purpose? And we have that. And that burst of light sinks us more into our timeline. But there was a period of time for some of us, it happens. For me, it did, where I was like, oh my gosh, that's the number one priority. It's just the spiritual part of it. And then you start to realize, I did, that I'm neglecting my human. I'm neglecting like
Wow.
the experiences,
Yes. Yep.
yeah, like the
I was just
daily.
thinking about this.
Yes. So they say, please don't feel like, so there's like no judgment. Like we don't have to
Yeah.
be like, they're showing me Christ or a monk or a nun. It's like we're actively here also having these life experiences. Number one, if you want to say anything, is what they're talking about. Oh, and I can feel this energy shift of ancestors. The top priority right now is to heal the ancestral wounding in the DNA
Okay.
and letting that release so we can flow into a space of peace. And even as I say that as a physical channel, I can feel the energy moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all feel it in your
Yes.
body. Yes. And so this is when, so there are ancestors here and it's like a message from everybody, somebody's spokesperson here. And they're just saying, look, we did things different in the past. It wasn't perfect, but we were in survival mode. Every time there was a light wave, like a movement towards peace and ascension and heart harmony, it lasted for periods of time. And then like darkness came in. So war, famine that was mass produced, not organically, they're talking about collective disruptions that were all man-made by the collective decisions in different pockets of society. And so you think about like the balancing and the equilibrium of peace and harmony warring. And so we're trying to find that equilibrium so we can all lift higher with it. And the one thing they've always shown me is like, you're still going to have the soul lessons, but instead of the outcome of like, I'm just going to use the word negative, like unfavorable outcome happening like 3 years from now because you made a choice today, it's going to be like 3 days from now. So
There's a quickening.
a quickening of instant karma, instant manifesting. And in the past, it wasn't like that. And so people had to, it felt like we're heavy pushing through the mud and the sludge in our past lives on the timeline or our ancestors, but we're still carrying that in our DNA, they're saying. So, yeah. And they're bringing it back to the 3-eye atlas and other astronomical experiences and astrological awakening flashings. They're showing me flashes of light that will be coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
from 2026 to 2032. And by the way, I know nothing about astrology, not a thing. So maybe this aligns with something that's already out there. But if not, just know it's happening. And so what they're showing me is like debridement. So when in nursing and medical, when there's energy, but this would be like physical, the picture. So energetic or physically going in and cleaning out the wounds, and energetically and physically going in and cleaning out old programming.
Is this in the DNA level?
Yeah, that's what they're
Okay.
showing.
So the
So,
photons from the solar flashes. So if you were to have solar flare or photons, and if you were to just take that and they've done studies where you can change the DNA of maybe a salamander to
wow.
like another amphibian. But the thing about it is that it was actually the photons of light that created the change in the DNA, and so. We get that whenever we have charged particles in our Earth's atmosphere. And so we're in a solar maximum right now. So I can see how having much more light, flashes of light, whether it's from the sun or whatnot, could really change and rewire our DNA for 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 whatever needs to be released or for whatever the human is supposed to experience at that time. Wow.
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 Oh
I
my
really,
gosh.
It's
yeah.
funny because you're saying everything even before. So if a question is jumping in my mind, you're already talking about it.
Yeah.
You and the archangels are already addressing the next question I'm even
I
asking.
know. I feel like
It's
it's
amazing.
like as soon as you were talking, you opened this field of channeling, and I was starting to get messages, and I wanted to like do my regular jump pop in, but I'm like, wait, and then you literally it comes out of your mouth.
Yes, it does.
Oh my
I was like, I
gosh.
was just gonna ask that.
I was like,
That's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah, it's such a telepathic, like all of our teams are here. I know. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, I just keep going, but it's just channeling through.
No,
No,
it's
it's
beautiful.
great.
It
I
is.
love
And I
that you
really
share
think it's
that.
because of course, the 3-hour atlas will be the closest that it's supposed to be here on the 19th. And so, I'm sorry, yes, on the
Yeah,
19th. And so, we're
it's
right here. And
really,
this is a date that everybody's kind of really been waiting for. And this is, we're watching history right now. No time in our present day humanity have we ever been able to view an interstellar object in this way, because now we have the technology. Maybe there was technology that existed before, or we used remote viewing, but in this time, this is a very unique space, and so it's really up for humanity as well in the collective. I think that's interesting that they want to address that, so forthcoming.
Yeah, I think it is too. And I just love
I,
how we're getting the messages
Yes.
and how you describe it with the solar flares, because yeah, absolutely, they're showing these bursts of light, like flashes of light.
yeah.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. They're just talking a lot about like what you said in the past. People would feel it, like spiritual societies would feel shifts, but the
Hmm.
technology wasn't there. So not everybody valued it, is the word I'm hearing,
Ah,
or honored
yeah.
it, or
Yes.
even gave it credence that it was accurate or true. But
Yeah.
now when the scientific communities are on board, it's like all of a sudden, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, what's happening? And they just keep showing this picture in my mind over and over of like the Wild West and somebody on a horse with a buggy, and it's like the horse is going and they're like, hold on to the reins, is what they're saying, like, hold on to the reins, because
Are they wearing the Santa
yeah,
hat?
yes. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're just like, hold on, girls, because we're
Yeah.
going. So that feels to me also like regulating your energy, and what they talked about at the beginning, like the lifting up, because you can really steer what way do you want to go, but you have to have intention and focus, and you do have to be paying attention. And if that means, because it can be any kind of a way, like I mentioned earlier, I get overwhelmed with too much input as a channeler too. So I just, kind of let spirit show me when and what I need. But the number one thing is like following the energy within your system. And so if that's your intention, like every day I'm going to wake up and be present, like, oh my gosh, that's doing so much. I don't think we recognize how important that is, especially sometimes in this, like usually by the time that somebody has that big awakening, they're out of body a lot, you know, they're not grounded, they're not really here. And that's
It
cool
seems
because we all
that
need
it's
that. But
changing though.
yeah,
Some of
coming
the,
back in.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really feel the new word that came to me earlier this week was avatar embodiment. And
Ooh.
I know, isn't it just such a juicy word? I was like texted it to Lianka. I was like, what do you think about this? And she's like, I like it because I was like, I'm gonna write a book about this.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping, I think that's the way of it, that people are being more present and, you know, focused on being here. Cause,
Mhm.
you know, I probably like you all, like my big, like second burst of light that came in was around 2011, 2012, and I had that. And so now I mentor and help people along the way, you know, from having had the experiences myself. And just because, like, I don't know if it's just because of our conversation, you know, how we attract certain people. I haven't seen too many being out like it used to be.
Yes.
So you sharing that makes me smile because I'm like, oh, that's really good because we're all like, we make the biggest shift and change when we're here in the body.
Right.
So,
And I keep
yeah.
saying that we're having this experience for a reason. I mean, obviously, there must be a much bigger reason that I've even been told in channeling that it might even be beyond our human, capability or capacity to fully understand it all. And because we're having, well, it's, the universe seeing itself. It's, we're having this reflection and looking upon our experience, and each person's experience is different, like each signature resonance. And so we know that we're here for a very, very, very specific, no other time in life would ever be us again, right? Like we can have our soul experience and be reincarnated, whatnot, but this particular me, you, everyone on this call, we have a signature resonance. And so we have, even if a baby was born and only was here for just a little while, that is a contribution and was very for a very specific reason. And it's because that signature resonance was needed and was placed here. It's so wild to think that way, though. I mean, yeah, it's just wild to think that way. But it's also
Well,
really
but
beautiful.
that's also us breaking belief system again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I keep getting this message that that's what this show is really all about, is to get people to open their mind to whatever is possible,
sure.
infinite possibilities, the multiverse, and everything beyond.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to, yes, just to open the mind, like just
Mhm.
to be available for it. And,
Mhm.
what feels light, take it in and learn more about it. And what doesn't, then, leave it be.
Yeah.
Which is why we have so many different people that come on the show. One of the things I wanted to ask you was, are they showing you anything about that particular time, years that they are doing that the light will happen, the flashes of light? Is there anything particular about those years?
Mm.
And
Yeah. I mean, when you ask that, they're focused on 2028. And
Mm.
I just see like tons of light flooding towards like the beginning, January, February, March. Like so
Uh-huh.
much light. I'm hearing healing. And I see like it, like if you could go there with me in your imagination, but this is the vision that I'm seeing, is like a spiritual plane of existence all in gold and white light. And I'm seeing ancestors, which by the way, some of them are us from other lifetimes,
yes,
Mm.
like the soul. And I'm just seeing angels helping release energy from them that's like wrapped around wrists or holding them back.
Mm.
So
Bondage.
2028 is a big year for cosmic healing in the DNA. And
Mhm.
and I think what they're saying is like you're going to notice that many of us know we're seeing things in physical related to healthcare, but it's going to be going that new direction of healing not only like emotions and mental energy, but also physical through the quantum field, through the light quotient coming in, and I'm hearing the word magnifying. So it's all going to be magnified. And they're talking that it'll be more like in the news or at the forefront, the power of the mind. That's going to be a big thing coming through, is like the power of the mind. It might, because, you know, it might be labeled like intention or whatever, but it's the power of the mind. And that's going to be 2028. And that's going to make a huge shift, big one on the planet. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, one of the biggest messages that when I was doing QHHT, and then I channeled Archangel, sorry, I also channeled Archangel Michael, but Nostradamus or the essence of Nostradamus, one of the biggest messages that came through that was like really, really keeps coming back up is that we as humanity don't really truly recognize how powerful we are whenever, you know, with our minds and our minds alone. Like, we can change the trajectory of some of the, you know, some of the doom and gloom prophecies that he provided. And he says, I provided those doom and gloom prophecies because I wanted you to imagine and use your intention, especially as one or more are gathered, to set the intention for that not happening, to change the trajectory in that nexus point. And when I hear you say things like about the mind being, you know, on the forefront, that's exciting, because that means that more humans are starting to realize and wake up about how powerful we truly, truly are. And if we are accepting that as a collective, then we can also create a new earth with a collective, you know, with our intention. And we'll really understand and believe that we're changing things. Like, it could go so much faster. Oh, I'm excited. You know,
I think it's a lot about acknowledgement.
yes.
Really saying, wow, I'm noticing this is happening, and bringing in a little bit and acknowledging it. And then you'll get a little bit more, and then you really bring it in and acknowledge it. And the people that are disempowered to do that because they've been playing the victim, or they've been playing the noise in their head, or they're in a high vigilant state, and all they can think of why isn't this working in my life? It's hard for them to even go in and acknowledge, because they're all about the outside world instead of the inside world.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how people shift from that noisy, vigilant mind, that victim mode, and work to come in, maybe might support?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Question.
As we're
Okay,
talking,
we can go wherever you want.
yeah, no, it's just so amazing. Like, as a channeler, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm just taking it all into, because things come through while I open up. And so here we have the angels that were speaking, and previously it's been the Council of Light, but the messages are essentially the same, just delivered from different like wording or perspective. And then I get to hear what you all are saying, and I'm like, it is all linking and syncing up, and I love it.
I feel like I'm gonna jump up for joy and do a cartwheel.
Yeah.
I hope you can really get that too, and gather that whenever you are seeking, you will find the truth, and it will be revealed. It's amazing how much so many things are lining up. And like you said, from the different beings and the archangels. I do want to give the opportunity for our audience to raise a question, you know, raise their hand and ask you a question. I know that you're really good with working with folks as well. So if anyone has a question, they can raise their hand and we will unmute you.
Okay.
Can you, maybe we should allow the audience to know how you work with people a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So basically when we connect, I open, and I'm already like open right now, and I'll let you know what angels
you can
are
just
here.
do me as an example if you would like.
You have a question or thought, a topic?
I love it. Go ahead.
I like to jump the line, as Lianka says.
Oh gosh, that's so funny. Okay, there's a little bit of information here, and then I'll flow into it, and then in that space of time, people can raise their hand or however, you know. So what I was sharing was like, I loved how things were coming through, because your question, Jenith, about like the noise outside was interesting, because So every month I channel the council, and I've been going through to release clips. And I don't know if it's out yet, but it will be on social. And they were talking about like breaking the patterns of the programming from the DNA and how it's just on repeat over and over, but that's from within. And then you asked your question. I was seeing that record player over and over. Okay, their answer is it's the same thing as to fill with light, to fill with love and push it like into the cells. But if it's energy, that would be for internal healings of DNA. But if it's from energy of the collective, they're saying just push that energy of light out. You're reversing it. You're
Oh, energy of the
calming.
collective. I'm just going to repeat this for the audience.
Okay.
So we've been talking a lot about the energy of the collective, and that, it's the noise on how, bodies gain weight. It's the noise on how we age. It's the noise on, whatever probably you think is common knowledge. That is the collective. I love how you said that to, you know, be the light within and push it out. Can you repeat that though, so the audience can really get it?
Yeah, yeah, with all the chaos around and people's thoughts and their opinions, and especially if it's family, because they're
Judgment. Yeah.
yeah, judgment, or it's like, nope, we always do it this way. Your
Yeah.
grandma, great grandma had this
Yeah.
condition, expect to have it. It's like,
Mhm.
don't wish that on me. Like I don't
Yes.
really agree to
Yes.
that. And
Yeah.
so you connect with your soul, you fill with light, and you just start pushing
Yeah.
light out, and you can visualize it dissolving their words. You can
Uh-huh.
visualize it pushing away this intention of others that's being put on you. And so you
Mhm.
start to heal and clear it in that way. And sometimes we have to physically separate or go low contact so we can gain our own momentum and strength and be able to hold ourselves like in those realities, in those conversations or physical gatherings. But that's something else they're talking about is the mind space. If you put your intention on it and
Mhm.
then you cultivate your frequency by doing positive things, the acts of or messages and prayers of gratitude and recognizing gratitude and like anything that brings your energy level up, you're going to emit more light. And then that will help a boundary and help so that that can't get through. So yeah, it was really, really interesting just when you asked that question, because I just channeled like the other aspect of it. And so
Mhm.
the one thing they're saying is own your space. Like
Yeah.
you can command the energy around you,
Yeah.
what's accepted and what's not. And you have to kind of change the mind frame. And baby
Mhm.
steps can lead the way for that. And that's where the words of affirmations they're saying comes in, is to help get you in that like that sync. I'm seeing like going on a track, like, okay, let's go, we got it, and then you flow. So Jen, if you want a little reading.
Yeah, sure. I
Ooh.
thought that was it. I was kind of like all in this.
No, that okay, yeah, that was just like they wanted to speak to what you were mentioning. um we have a lot of guides around. I just see a lot of angels around your crown, and in fact I see the cherubs. So if you want to look into like working with them,
Hmm.
they're just joyful and happy, and they're so full of wisdom. They're like, we get depicted as cherubs as like little babies, like little babies. They're like, but we have the purest light. And they think it's
Yeah.
kind of funny that they were depicted that way through history, but they do have a lot of laughter and joy and a lot of wisdom. And they're saying, if you want to know where the magic is, it's through the laughter. So whenever there's like a
Right.
heavy experience, or if you're starting to feel energy come in of thoughts that aren't like, really supportive, maybe thinking negative about something, they're like, just bring some light and laughter into it. Because
Mhm.
when we write down what's happening on paper, it's like, yeah, that's happening, but we get to change how we experience it. And then that changes the outcome,
That's huge.
essential outcome, but the whole process of working through it. So their message for you is bring in the light, bring in the laughter. And then I'm seeing bells,
Uh-huh.
almost like jingle bells or like little bells. And they're just saying you can shake and break up energy with bells also. So I don't know if
Sweet.
that's,
I'm gonna bring in some bells with all these
yeah, I was like,
jingle bells.
yes. I'm
Love
like, is this
that.
happening now or for the near future? But yeah, they're
Uh-huh.
just saying, and you
Love
can
it.
shift the energy in a room, in gatherings, or your
Mhm.
own like personal space with the laughter. And so if you
Love
want
it.
help, just say, okay, cherubs, come on in. And they're going to bring
Oh,
that
yay.
childlike joy and wonderment. Yeah.
Fun. Very fun.
That sounds fun. I love laughter. Laughing is one of my favorite things to do. Like,
Right.
Thank
like,
God.
I like laughing. I can't read that.
The caller that I just asked to unmute, you're up.
Hi. It's great to be here. Nice to meet you. I have an interesting question to ask you. I'm familiar with the AI. You know what I mean? I follow it. I know it's coming tomorrow, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on around it. But the last couple of days, I've been getting almost like dizzy spells and like weird feelings. Like I'll be sitting there and all of a sudden it's like, the room might spin, but I wasn't doing anything, right? That's been going on for a couple of days, not a lot, just a couple. And then yesterday I was at a charity event at Mothers Helping Mothers. It was their toy day. And all of a sudden my mouth started hurting, and so did my teeth, to the point where, like, if I bit my teeth together, it felt weird. You know what I mean? So I called in protection, and it felt like, I don't know, it came on so strong and so sudden that I thought it was spiritual, right? And it went away, but it stuck around for like an hour or two. But then what's interesting is I came home and I was hungry, and I grabbed a bag of potato chips, and they were soft chips, not like the kettle cooked chips, just soft chips. And I was, eating the chips while my dinner was cooking, and a tooth fell out. Like an entire tooth just fell out of my mouth. And I thought that was so strange compared to what happened to me during the day. So
Yeah.
I don't know what you did around that. I mean, it could be a complete coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidence because I'm a student of mediumship, and just wondering what your thoughts are about the energy moving through me right now that actually caused, and I don't have the greatest teeth. So it's not like it was this pearly white, healthy, beautiful tooth that just fell out of nowhere. You know what I mean? My mother took a medication when I was young. So I have, my teeth aren't great, but they don't fall out.
Here's where a story comes in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There was a lot of different like things I was seeing. So I'm going to start and just kind of see what they say. I'm also wondering, I'm like, is it all related, or is it a lot of different little things happening at once?
Okay.
The first thing they were talking about when you just opened your question was a lot of energy in the mental field that kind of looks like static, or and it comes from electronics, like it comes from that kind of a frequency. And so to help us so we don't feel overwhelmed or swimmy is to come within and breathe. And they also said something about, like, I think it will help all of us, electrolytes and being hydrated. So the physical body needs extra support right now when there's a lot of energy happening. So if we can balance and nourish the physical body, then the energy can emanate stronger from us. And there was this energy up here. So they're saying breathe like 3 breaths and push your aura out. And just, if you tell the energy, no, no, thank you, and push it away, that's going to be your first line of defense. And then if it feels like, okay, that didn't do it, then call in the angels. I think you mentioned like you asked for protection to come in, and that will help, because it's a spiritual scientific kind of thing. It's frequency. So these advanced beings can alter and adjust frequency. And that's what they're doing, is they're shielding you from a specific frequency so that it's not, they're saying, unpalpable to the body. So it's, so it's comfortable and it doesn't feel like, what is happening? So if any of us are having that, like, first do what we can to nourish the body. And there is something about staying hydrated and getting the electrolytes, and then pushing the aura out a little bit more and more and asking them to assist. So they're going to be able to work the most defined spaces are out of the body in the aura, because everything can happen out and then come in. So if you're attacking it, or they say attacking it, if you're looking at it from the inside, like, okay, we're going to strengthen the physical body from the inside and the thoughts too, and then they're assisting from the outside, that's going to neutralize that energy and buffer it away so it won't bother you so much physically. I'm hearing the tooth, it was time for it to come out, because it just looks like it was old energy that was trapped in there or held in there. And the pressure you were feeling was the body purging. But this energy also kind of shakes it up. It's like, oh, I can feel this vibration. So they're talking about Sandalphon heals with sound. They're talking about pure tones and sound and frequency, and anything that's resonating can handle it. It can be in that energy, but anything that is dissonant is going to be needing to be released. And so that tooth, it was time to let it go because these higher frequencies didn't align with it. So that's what they're sharing. It's like, so it's a kind of a little mini series of a few different things, but they're saying, moreover, they're just pointing to a spot on a map. They're like, see where you are at this point in time, feel the energy right now. And I'm seeing almost like a tornado clearing everything away from around. And they're just going back to finding your peace. And if that energy in that tooth needed to be released, it will be. And that's what happened. So it's very interesting because I'm seeing like the spiritual perspective of it, but also the physicality and what is it time to let go of. And they're like, if it could have been saved in a way, like it would have, but it was like, it's just time to let go. And it wanted to let go from whatever was energy. I feel like it was among whatever to be physically, yes, but I feel like there was some emotions and a little bit of thoughts in the roots of the tooth. So it was like, okay, we're gonna let it go. And again, you mentioned something about like your mother, and I feel like it is related to her. So probably from in utero, maybe emotions and stuff that she was experiencing. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that, because I did the opposite. I asked for, the white light and the violet flame to surround and protect me. And I called in my energy because I was at this volunteer center with all these moms coming in that are in need. So I was thinking, was I picking up on their energy? Like, wow, where did this come from? So I called it in, but what I should have done was push my aura out.
Yeah, it's such an interesting way of like when we talk about protection and do we close or what have you. I just look at it like a two-way door. I don't want to absorb anything, but I'll let the positive energy flow out. And then, so it's like a one way in those moments. It's a one-way pathway. And I can still sense on the edge of that door, like what's happening with others, like their emotions or where they're at with energy and thought, but I don't let it get too close. So if your aura is tight and close to you, you're going to sense it. It's going to be like right here pushing on you. So you just pop it out, and then all your light can flow out, but you don't, like, you put that awareness and intention, like you're just not going to absorb it. You're not going to carry home any of those energies with you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. I think y'all are muted. I can't hear.
I was saying the moral of all today's story is own your energy and command the universe to do as you wish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's so fun because I was like, what are we going to talk about, Spirit? And they're like, we'll let you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I love that. I love the topic that we said. It's really about living your life as a spiritual being. For real. Like, it's nice that I feel like a lot of people pop in and out. Like they come on these shows and in that moment they're like, I'm so
yeah.
And then they get back in, and then they do something and they're like, ah. And then they're like, damn, I lost it. And I'm always like, did you really lose it? Or are you just not acknowledging it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, I'm hearing the word governance, and I'm seeing like regulating of the frequencies, but also when we have a positive outlook, you can feel the energy coming up from within. It's like it comes from your belly up through your heart and you're just glowing. And so the trick is to keep that with you all the time. And that is through coming, being present and centered to start the day. And then using that discernment of what path or frequency do you want to link in with. And that, so many healers and light workers, they want to help everybody, and they'll be like, oh, somebody needs my help. They're texting right away. And I used to respond quickly.
I used to be that way.
Yeah. But then it just set my day, like everything I was meaning to do. I now got pulled, like now 2 hours went by and I'm in a bad mood, or I can just feel like the heaviness basically. So now I'm like, no, I'm not in a place to support. That's okay. I will respond, maybe a text, chat with you later, and then get like my goals done for the day and then open that space. So it is about conscious awareness, they're saying, and owning your reality, owning your intentions, your space, and your light path. And more it's going to be important for the rest of the month, through the end of the year,
Especially.
because of all of the energy in the collective field that we spoke about. So yeah.
We have one more question on the chat that comes kind of to put this all together, I feel like. And it says, is there going to be happenings in the near future of what Christians consider signs of the end of the time?
Oh, okay. It's so funny. I opened it and I'm kind of in channel and I read it completely different. I read it as
Oh.
happiness and Christmas. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, she's saying something different. Let
So,
me ask. Yeah, let me
yeah,
ask.
near future.
Near future. They're saying it's already happening. Like,
Yeah,
how do we
I
not see
got that
that?
too.
It's already happening. Yes.
Mhm.
And Notre Dame was mentioned. They're saying other prophets had seen, quote, the end of times. And they're like, but they're like, is it lost in translation? What does end of times means? It means the beginning of a new chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's already
So
happening.
what that means is this becoming the new earth
Yeah.
in our words. Yeah.
Yep. And how we all show up, how we're here, how we want
Yeah.
it to be, how
Instead
it's
of being
designed.
so 3D.
Mhm.
I mean, you've got to say it can't be a coincidence that all these people and these star seeds are really starting to get these other senses where it's really easy for them to tap into spirit these days, right?
Mhm.
Yes. So I was going to ask, I just recently have been getting a lot more messages about how I work with spirit. Do you have any insight about that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally been journaling. I mean, like it's just coming in.
Yeah, we'll keep with that. Because I see it's so funny because I can see maybe it's your higher self. I see a spiritual being journaling and it's like a grocery list and it's like, or
Oh my
also on a
God.
ticker tape, it just keeps streaming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're going to probably have where you journal out, they're like, that when you look at it, it's going to be like a novel or a paragraph, but I see the bullet points too.
Okay.
So, the bullet points are the things you're going to look back at and be like, oh, yes. So you're going to be getting information. If you were to sit down and kind of say what's the most important for the next 3 or 6 months, you'll get the bullet points. And then that month, you'll get more information that will become like a paragraph or 5 pages underneath of it. But so you're asking about, wait, what was the question? About your spirituality or what
Yes,
was
yes, that's good. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, it
yeah.
actually
Well, you're gonna
answers
be able to
that.
channel and you're getting direct guidance from your
Yeah.
team. So that will help you stay abreast, they're saying, like stay afloat, stay on top of the current happenings. And it's like you're gonna get it before the collective, so before the community, so you can share it with them.
Mhm.
I guess I was gonna ask like how and what is being asked of me to, share or how will I be using that information in order to, assist humanity? I mean, obviously it does come to me early, lots of things do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like I can get so much that I'm not really sure what to do with it. I'm blessed that we have the show, but it definitely needs to be kind of streamlined.
Yeah. Do you have a blog? Like I'm seeing a blog for you.
Yeah.
That's mine. I claim it. I like to write.
And I'm not a
Okay.
writer per se. In fact, I was like, I'm changing my language around that.
Well, we could voice memo her
Yeah.
and then translate
Yeah.
it through something like the script, and we
This-
could start a
yeah.
blog and I can refine it and put in all the cheeky little
Yeah.
things I
You
want.
should. That would be a great partnership because I have to tell you, I
Yeah.
don't think I'm an author and I've written like 3 books. Like,
Yeah.
but I never thought it, but I just have something to share. Spirit
Yeah.
had something to
Yeah.
share.
Yeah.
So, of course, the editors, like
Yeah.
Janet here, helped make
Yeah.
it so pretty.
Yes.
Not
You
gonna
know?
call myself an
That-
editor though.
Get the message out. Was somebody going in and like,
Yes.
making sure it's
Agreed.
all,
Yeah.
laid out nice.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm so glad I asked. I
Yeah,
really
no,
am.
I
It's
am too,
inspiring.
because
I
I'm
just wrote
inspired
that in
too.
my
Because she's
journal.
like, we can't add that yet.
I just wrote that in my journal too. And then I wrote like, I'm a, published author, da, da, da. I don't know if that's really what I wanted, but I needed to change my language around it because clearly I'm writing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What does that mean? Yeah. Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, I want to go ahead and share how you can work with Amy. And Amy, if you'll just briefly talk about this package that you put together
Oh,
about
yeah.
channeling.
And then
Okay.
we can come back and ask Karen's question.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of like everything that came through today was through the art of channeling,
Mhm.
and a lot of people are interested in it. And so this package right here has 3 different experiences that support one another. And they're kind of like bite-sized, opportunities. So if you let's see, okay, so the art of
Just go down
channeling.
here.
Okay, yes, there we go. So the art of channeling, and this was I'm teaching, and then I do a couple exercises. So it's a master class that talks all about channeling, helping you connect with your team or your soul, wherever, it's also like clearing energy, making that connection, discerning who we're speaking with, and making sure the information is practical. Because to me, it's like if it can't be utilized in this
Yeah,
reality,
agreed.
why?
Thank you for that.
Do I need
Please.
that today? Yeah. So, and then the next one is, okay. So that's everything, all the details right here. Then we have a meditation and a Q&A that's based on my book, The Ultimate Guide to Channeling.
Mhm.
And we do an intention setting meditation to help you when you do start to create your sacred space and you're adjusting your energy field to, channel, which is making that connection with your spiritual guides and angels. So that's another aspect to it that would support the whole, spiritual process and get you started. And then this is my workshop with my friend Nicole, who's also an amazing medium and physical channeler. And this is talking specifically about relay channeling, which is a form. And this was relays channeling is like when you get the message and then you put it in your words or you say verbatim and then it comes out of your mouth. It's kind of what I was doing today. Today I'll call it streaming because it's just like I really wasn't going back and forth too much. It was just like coming through. But the other form of channeling that I do with the Council of Light is where I go into trance. It's physical and my voice will change because it's not me speaking. So they'll come in and speak through my body. And so this is like a step before that. So the book that I have over here, let me grab it.
Yeah.
Talks about all the different forms of channeling and we'll get you into it. And so that was the above it. And so, yeah, you can do all 3 classes and get a full nice experience through this package and offer here.
Yeah, if you want to start channeling, this might be the one
for
for
real.
you for sure.
Yeah, for
Wow.
yourself or others, because the foundations are so important to help, us individually connect in with our team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes a great gift too. Golly. That's
Yeah.
Karen's question real quickly was, I thought it might be helpful for the group. She says she's not sure why she's asking this, but can you tell her about her light workers? And she has a little bit of problem with her voice.
Painful voice.
Oh, okay. About her light workers. So are we feeling like that means her guides? Is that what we're feeling? Like her
Yes.
spiritual support
Yeah,
team?
That's what I
think so.
sense.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you, okay. I'm like, so my guides are coming in, Jeremiah and there's Jeremiah, Jedediah, and Jeremiel, Archangel Jeremiel. And I was like, oh, but you're my guides. I'm like, huh. So what they're showing me is you have a team of beings around you that are more biblical in that spiritual sense, that have walked the earth for thousands of years. They're saying they've been here incarnated as humans, and now they come through in what we might call ascended master energy.
Oh, wow.
And so it does feel like they're more masculine in nature because they say that that is a protective, foundational, grounding support team, and it helps to balance out any of the excessive feminine energies. And what they're telling me is like you've had so many lifetimes where it's been like really heavy feminine, really heavy masculine. And so it keeps getting where it's like, okay, balance, balance, balance. So they are there as like a steady to help keep you steady and aligned. And then you also have an archangel realm that you can connect in with. And when certain life paths, so in this life, certain periods of time, you're going to be really connected to the druids, the elements, the mermaids, the fairies, like it's all here. They're all different dimensions. But today, it's a foundational feeling of very loving, kind, masculine energy. I'm hearing the word historical, and I'm feeling like the like biblical, which whatever that means to you. I don't really feel like it has to be religious. Like I'm not religious, but I have biblical beings coming in all the time. So, I get to meet them like through the true connection and not on paper. So, what they're talking about, the one thing they want you to like remember that you have this divine connection, and that you're worthy, and that you have the ability and the strength to make a connection to spirit yourself. And they're just showing me your navel and your solar plexus chakra, and I think that was thwarted. They're saying it was like thwarted. You were cut off from that in many other lifetimes as a female, when religion would say like, no, you have to go through like a church or somebody higher and a man to make that connection. And they're like, no, we're just letting you know you can do that now. So a part of this current up leveling or healing the awareness is to gain your own personal power and your connection to God and source. And so that can come through in many different ways. And I'm really glad you're here, because this is like one way that it's coming through. It's like you're coming into these conversations yourself, and you're getting to ask questions and have your own thoughts about things and be led to your own divinity is what I'm hearing. So, and they just show me like a big quill pin, a big feather, like signing off. Like, okay, so that's who's with you right now. Yeah, that's who's here.
It's wonderful.
Wow.
I know Karen, so that sounds so, I mean, I don't want to speak for her, but that sounds so spot on. So I hope she'll write us back and let us know. Well, Amy, any parting words for us today? The time went by so fast. It's so beautiful to always be with you. We love your energy. And golly, this conversation went wild. I mean, it just went so far, so fast, and I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah.
So timely. But if you wanted to leave us with any parting words.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. Have a lot of exciting things coming up this next year, and I feel like you all will too. It's just the energy is here completely to support us. And the words I'm hearing real loud, they're saying stay the course. And like, what does that mean, right? So we kind of dug into it today. It's like, how do you find the course? Like, how do you find that? So finding that within, staying the course, trusting your own intuition, that inner compass, and the process, and everything that we need to do. And if that means they're showing like weeding, like pulling out old energy, go for it. That's really, really important. And then the light on earth is so strong. It's going to get stronger. And they're showing me like a swirl of rainbow light, all different beautiful clarifying frequencies. So be kind to yourself. They want you all to like walk and stretch and be active, so you can physically give that motion to release things that are stored in the body. And eat clarifying foods. So do your detoxes and your cleanses throughout the year. Make sure that you just stay on top of mental, physical, and emotional health, so you don't get in the space of like a purge or a flu-like experience. When the light comes in, it's going to be pushing stuff out. So if you start to clear that gently now, there won't be so much to push out. So that's what they're showing. And just want to thank you, everybody. And if you want to work together, you can find me on my website, amysilkarsie.com, and they have this beautiful offering here to assist y'all with connecting with your teams. So thank you, ladies, for having me on.
Yes, we'll let you go back your day, and have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
All right, you
Bye.
guys, we want you to be sure that you caught the dates for the summit. So the summit is the 5th through the 9th, and we're going to have three
January.
speakers. Sorry, January. Well, yes, January 5th through the 9th. We'll have 3 speakers a day starting at 11 a.m. Central. That's 9 a.m. Pacific. You can get signed up. Make sure that if you're not already on our newsletter, be sure to get on our newsletter at www.howthustle.com. Or you can always just email us if you have any trouble anywhere.
Yep.
It's at team@howthustle.com. Go ahead.
This season replays is going away the 1st of January, and we will be sending you reminders over December and the Christmas holiday to make sure you get caught up on everything you want to listen to.
I'm excited. We're calling this a summit Crazy Rich Free.
Yep.
So
I know,
we're going to go right in like full throttle. It's going to be amazing. Lots of new speakers. And then some of our favorites are coming back. So again, mark your calendars. I just keep talking about it, but I
Gosh,
wanted to
it's
make
so
sure we said the name.
the energy is building on this one
Yeah.
in a way that we've never felt before.
I know.
It's so, those words, like even the team were like trying to not necessarily name the summit or also call it Vital Quest, like our live event. And we were like, nope, I think it's a vibey word.
yeah.
And so then that's how that wording came back round, which
Yes.
was an event that I did years ago.
And it had that event had its own inertia and energy.
energy
It was
too.
so amazing.
Yeah.
That was fun to see that this one wanted to come back and
Yeah.
and I feel like it's going to take a life of its own as well.
Yeah. Every single conversation is going to lead and bring in some worthy and wealth. And of course, you really embodying that avatar embodiment so that you can be that worth
Yes.
and that wealth.
Yes.
So
we want to wish you a very happy holiday. We will be back on the 31st.
The 30th.
Sorry, I keep saying the 31st. We will be back on the 30th. And we will have a whole new show. And then that's when we jump back into and take a little break. And then we go right into the summit. So it's going to be really exciting. Anything else, Jennifer, that you got for us?
Gosh, I hope you guys have an amazing holiday season. Just be present with the judgment around your families and the judgment you have of them, and just be patient around that.
Yeah, and with yourself as well. I feel like
Absolutely.
we can judge ourselves at the end of the year by,
What
trying to
did
look
I
at,
do?
Yes.
I didn't do
Yes.
enough,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah, blah.
And lay it on thick. And so if we just give ourselves a lot of grace and say, you know what, I've got a whole beautiful new year, and we're so grateful that we had this year, this past year, and things are, we saw that we were going to have a quickening, and it's going to be amazing. And we're here to be support with you, and we'll always be live every Tuesday and Thursday. So join us.
Yeah. Let's get the year started together.
I'm excited.
And until we set the intentions during the summit, probably go ahead and just have space and grace.
Well, we're How Hustle, and we're reminding you to take a little time to enjoy the
woo. Bye, everyone. Have a great holiday.